Hey everybody, it's Kneecap here, and in this video we're going to have the introduction to the Felcycle secret. This is the big secret going on in WoW right now that kind of corresponded with the 20th anniversary event. This is going to be the introduction, meaning we're going to get you into the secret dungeon in this video, assuming you're not already there, of course. It's much better to do a secret video, in my opinion, as a whole comprehensive thing in one video. However, once you get inside the secret dungeon, you'll notice that it is very complex and there's a lot of steps to do. So to do it all in one video, and it's not solved yet, but to do it all in one video, it would be an hours long video, and I'd have to give a shopping list at the start of the video of all the things you're going to need. In my opinion, that's going to turn players away that normally wouldn't do the secret, whereas giving them one step at a time, this is how you do this, you might need this item, that becomes a little bit easier, more digestible. So that's why we're doing it this way. This isn't the way I normally do it. This is a very complex, long secret with lots of different steps. Some of the steps are fast, but some of the steps themselves are very long. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll do the most mundane part first. So to get in the secret dungeon, we need to get a key. In particular, it's this key right here, the peculiar key. To get the peculiar key, we first need an inert key, and we need a gem that fits into the inert key. To get the inert key is very, very easy. You will, for this part, need your torch of Pyreth. So it's a torch of Pyreth, Pyrreth. So you are going to need that just even for the introduction. This is from Secret Finding. I don't know if everyone just has it or not, because if you have to do the Secrets of Azeroth stuff, you might not have it. I'm not sure on this, okay? I don't know the prerequisites of having this torch of Pyreth because I've had it since last year or 2 years ago, whenever it came out. You do need this in your toy box. So you just go to your toy box, you can type in Torch of Pyreth. You need to have this. If you don't have it, I suggest doing the secret finding stuff. If enough people are like, hey, I don't have it, I'll look it up and put it in a comment or something, okay? I'm hoping that it's not that difficult to have. I hope everybody has it, or it's just super easy to get. But if a bunch of people are like, I don't have it, I will try to look it up myself and figure out how to obtain it without having done the secret finding event. You're supposed to be able to do this secret outside of the anniversary stuff. So we will see. So you need the Torch of Pyreth, and you're also going to need the detective title. So there's a title for completing stuff for the anniversary secret thing called detective. So I'm detective Kneecap up here. And you'll need this title as well. Now to get this title, you do not have to do all the quests, I don't believe, but you will have to do some of the crates. This again allows you to do it after the anniversary event's over. To do the crates, you can use whatever resource you want, but I have videos of every crate. It'll say like secret, my video will say guest relations, quest 10, crate 6 or something, right? I'm making up the number combination there, but it'll say something about a crate in the thumbnail, in the title, a crate, and if you need to go get the crates, they're pretty easy to get. So yeah, that's the way to get the detective title. If you don't already have the detective title, you will need to get that. And now you can already see what I'm talking about, having a laundry list of things. This is just for the introduction. You will need those things. So let's talk about the easiest thing to get. You'll need your Torch of Pyreth for, and you just need to go to Ungoro Crater. We'll talk a little bit about how we got here, but during the secret finding event, there was a pond with wisps near it. The wisps were floating above the pond. They were called distracting, like they're as if they were not supposed to look at them, but they are in the shape of the constellation crater. So if you Google constellation crater, that's the exact shape that these wisps are in, like perfectly. And so there's also some other hints as well. I guess we won't get into all the hints from stuff you could fish up from the pond. So this leads us to Ungoro Crater. Because of some of those items that you fish up in there, it heavily implies Link, like from Zelda. And in WoW, there used to be an NPC called Lincoln in Ungoro Crater. So when you head to Ungoro Crater, you obviously want to have your torch, like I said. We are going to head, let's just pull up this image I took here, up to the top of Ungoro Crater. You can kind of see near the cave up here. And that's where we're going to head, the very top of Ungoro Crater. And right up there at the top by the cave, not in the cave, before the cave. And then what it's going to look like is going to look like a tree stump, right? There's going to be a bunch of like guardians walking around it. There's going to be a tree stump here. and you just walk in there with your torch, and if you come in, it'll be to your left, back left. There will be a key on the ground. The torch will illuminate that key, and then you'll be able to interact with it, and now you'll have an inert key in your bag. So that's step 1. Okay, pretty simple there. We just go to Angoro Crater. Now for step 2, we need the detective title. So you want to equip the detective title. Titles is right here on the base UI next to your character stats. You go to titles, you need to find your detective title. Okay, so that means you have to have done the crates or done all the quests or whatever for the anniversary event. You get the detective title on. Now you can go and talk to the Dalaran survivor who is in Dornegal. Okay, so in Dornegal, right here. So this is the main room, the main hall, Foundation Hall. If you come out of Foundation Hall, like this is where you get ported to by a mage or whatever, right? If you come out of Foundation Hall, you just take a left and you go right up here. It's kind of above the S and Stone Shaper Atrium, and there'll be a Dalaran survivor here. Now this person will not talk to you if you do not have the title of detective. And then they are right here. Okay, so they're just sitting there against a post. You can see like a little pond there for reference and stuff. And that's the Dalaran survivor. Talking to the Dalaran survivor, going through the dialogue and everything, it'll then give you a quest, and it'll give you a note in like your first thing. You're looking for rats. Okay, that's the name of the villain of this entire thing here. Villain, I don't know if they're actually a villain, but perhaps villain. And we're looking for rats. Okay, rats is a Volpera. The first clue is going to tell you to look for a mushroom ring. Okay, now this one actually took the longest to do because there are a million mushroom rings in World of Warcraft, fairy rings as it's called in the note, and so people just searched everywhere for I don't know if it took days, but it took a while for mushroom rings, and it ends up being that the one we need is actually in Azj-Kahet, where we are right now. So we're here in Azj-Kahet, and you want to go all the way down to this area here. The actual coordinates are like 6892.5, but it's right down here, and we're not down in the goo stuff here. There's a world quest here. You might have done a quest here when you're leveling up, where you're like you have to like use these things so you can see stuff in the gooey area. There's also another cave down here west of where I'm at. That's not where we want to go. You want to go up the hill and up here to this cave up here. Okay, so there's another cave down there somewhere, and that's the wrong cave. So when you come into this cave, what you'll see is you might have to kill a few enemies here. Let's go ahead and get these out of the way. There's a ring of little mushroom guys up here. Now in the center of that ring, that'll be where your clue's at. Okay, so then that clue is going to give you coordinates to use with your thinking cap. That's another toy like the Torch of Pyrath. You don't have to equip the thinking cap to do it. You can just follow my directions, and we'll head over to the next clue area now for you, and we'll go there. All right, so we are here at the next clue area where your quest will need you to go, and we are basically here above whatever this, how you ever pronounce this, the Skeins. And yeah, we're about at, I don't know exactly where on the rock it is anymore, because obviously I can't see it anymore, but it's around 3121, and it should be kind of glowing for you. It should be up on one of these rocks. If you go below, if you go to that coordinates below, you'll be down here, and then you just need to go up, right? That was a problem a lot of people were having when they were looking for this clue initially. And it's just above you, so it's up here on the rocks above. Again, there it is on the map. And then this clue will then tell you, it'll basically imply, it'll say Hollowfall, Azj-Kahet, you need to come find me. And that basically is to me and to everyone else apparently, that made me think it's like on the border here between the two. And it is. And so we will fly up to the next location here. Alright, so for the next clue, it's like I said, it's between them, Azj-Kahet and Hollowfall. Now if you've ever flown down before, you know that there's like a bunch of like, there's different layers to it, right? I find this easiest to find if you're coming from Hollowfall and going downward, right? So we're going to start right here, kind of like just below the last building from Hollowfall on the west side here, right? So this is where we are. This is just where I'm starting. This isn't where we're going. and we're going to just fly down, and we're going to kind of like hug the wall a little bit as well as we go down, because we don't want to go too far down. As we go over here, we're going to keep hugging left, and then we're going to come to a pool of water over here. Okay, now somewhere in this pool of water, so when you get to the pool of water, you'll be at about here. See how it's kind of like right on the border here? That's about where we're going to go, about 5187 on a waypoint there that I have marked. And you're kind of on the border here, and it's going to be down in the water. It's going to be a water resistant node or something like that. And this one is going to give us another clue. And honestly, this clue was a little bit harder to find. It had a decent hint to it and was able to be found because of that. But what you will notice is that so far, the first one was down here, the next one was here, the next one was here. And so it does kind of like make a perfect parallelogram almost where the next clue will be. And so we're going to head, you need to now, so after you get that water scald note, you're going to need to continue going down, right? So, you know, we're kind of like in this area of between or whatever. So now we need to actually go down into Ashgahat. And we're going to kind of fly towards Farron's Advance over here. So we'll pick up at Farron's Advance, you know, east by northeast of where we just were. All right, so we're not going directly to Farron's Advance. We're going over here to this little triangle tent-looking thing on the map, right below the words Farron's Advance, and it's Pillar Nest Vosh, and we need to go down inside of Pillar Nest Vosh. Okay, this part's gonna might blow your mind actually. So we're gonna come down here, and we'll have to fight some stuff, of course. So let's go into Pillar Nest Vosh. The reason I'm doing this on my main character that's already done this is simply just because I don't want to have to take a bunch of time fighting all this stuff here, honestly, because I could have done it again on another character, I suppose. We have to make our way all the way in. Don't pull it all if you can't handle it. Alright, so this part's really cool. So the way they found this is they're like thinking this has got to be the place. This has got to be the place. They also have add-ons and stuff. You can / target rats from here, and where I think it's a she. I'm not sure. Where rats will be is really far below you, and so they're standing here like, how do we get down? How do we get down? Now watch this, okay? So this is what, look where we are in the cave over here on my mini map, right? We're like on the east side of the cave in this big room, okay? Now watch this, okay? You're going to jump up on these little things here. It's a little bit hard to get up here, at least on my character model. Okay, this blew my mind at least. Okay, now one of these you're gonna be able to see a little bit of a hole, I believe. Might be this one. So watch this. So you're this is where I'm at, right? I think it's this one right here. You can kind of see. Look, there's light coming from in there, right? Now watch this. This blew my mind. I am falling below this cave into this secret cool room. Rats will be over here and run away, and she's going to drop a peculiar gem on the ground, and so you can loot that gem, okay? You then take the gem and put it into your inert key, and you will now have the peculiar key. Now, we're almost done for this introduction video, but let's get you to the actual secret dungeon. You can take this thing to port out. It'll port you to a random place. We also might have to come back here at some point. There's some people speculating that, but not yet. But yeah, so there's this Eye of the Void that'll just port you to like a random place in the world. You can just hearth out. However you want to get out, you can get out. We are going to be picking up. You're going to need to head to Karazhan in Deadwind Pass. From here, however fastest you can get there, just go to Karazhan. We will pick up there. All right, so here we are at Kara. We're not going to go in the normal entrance here. You may have even been to one, like where we're going before as like for a quest or something, but this is going to be a little bit different. You're going to see a lot of people over here. We're going to head down the road, and we're going to head down here to the catacombs. Okay. Now you'll see that there's a gate here. How the heck do we get in? The Karazhan catacombs. I want to go in there. I want to go in there. All right, so everything for this secret has like a prerequisite. That's so you can't just like brute force it or skip steps. Almost everything, not everything. So you need this peculiar key. You need to have inserted the gem that you got from rats into your key, and you have this peculiar key. Then, as you come here to this gate, if you don't already have it on, simply just use your Torch of Pyrath and watch. An instance portal. This is really cool. This again blew my mind. Very good job by the secret maker here. And so this is how we start the secret. This is the beginning now. That was the introduction. This is the beginning. And I will show you a little bit of stuff in here that's been figured out so far. I believe I'm completely caught up with what everyone has found so far. There's a very large community working on this. If you can't wait for me, if you're watching this and you're like, this is so cool, I can't wait, I'm going to encourage you to join the WoW Secret Finding Discord, okay? That's what you want to search that on Google, Twitter, whatever. The WoW Secret Finding Discord. And just know that they have very specific rules in there. You need to act a certain way. You can't, be popping off and acting like a idiot or whatever. And so, but you can go in there and you can start to get caught up on your own if you want. I'm going to be I'm just going to give you guys like a sneak peek of where we are now. But I'm going to be doing a guide on like each individual thing. I'm going to try to do it like each day. I don't know if I'll have time to do that. But like each day do, okay, pylon 1, pylon 2, pylon 3. And you're about to see these pylons, okay? I wanted to like build up the suspense here a little bit. So we're going to head into this room right here. And it's so cool. And you're going to actually see the Felcycle, okay? So you can see we're almost done. There's only 5 left, we think. There could be more steps after this. So this is the Felcycle. This was likely going to be the reward, right? Maybe there'll be more rewards, but this is likely the reward. And then this is the different pylons, okay? So some pylons are easy. This first pylon is actually pretty easy. Second one, I can't remember which ones are hard and which ones are easy, to be completely honest. This one was very difficult, the third one, to get all of the stuff. That video will be a bit long. And, this one was a little bit difficult. The ones with the orbs around it typically are a little bit more difficult than the other ones. And so this is where we are now. Everybody's working on pylon 8. Trying to figure out what to do for sure for that one. And each one kind of like unlocks the next one. So trying to make it so you might see we have 2 orbs right here. That's just because I don't want to get into it too much, but these 2 orbs are easy to get and the other ones are likely going to be very difficult to get. And by doing these 2, it's probably going to make these much easier to get. Would be my assumption. So yeah, this is it, guys. This is cool. There's tons of stuff to interact with in here. There's clues everywhere. A cryptic plaque. Just everything's a clue. Like right now, these pressure plates will light up. That's what likely this pylon is right here. If I click on a machine, it'll light these up, and we got to figure out what to do with them. Even you can drag these statues around and set them on the pylons, for example. If I turned it on, so it's a really cool thing. So we'll press the begin thing. Now you can see that the pylons are lit up, right? And of course, there's only so many combinations, but we haven't figured out exactly what to do yet as of making this video. That could change at any time because they've been on this step for a while. And like I said, this community is like 200,000 people. It's a lot of people working on this. And so you can see it kind of lights it up, right? So we're thinking if you do the things perfectly, it'll actually do it, and then you can submit and unlock it or whatever, right? That's the thought. So that's where we are now. I wanted to give like a little introduction. If you can't wait for more videos like on how to do these orbs, then go ahead and try to get involved yourself. It can be very time consuming. It can be very obsessive. If you don't want to, then just wait. I'll have my guides. Somebody might do a comprehensive guide that they were able to shorten it down better than what I thought I'd be able to. But yeah, that's it for this one. Hopefully the orb video out tomorrow or so for the first orb, and hopefully they don't solve it before I can get caught back up with these videos by doing it this way. So that's it for this one, guys. As always, I do ask you to please subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a lot. If you're already a subscriber, you can check out the Patreon. And other than that, everybody have a good one.